We have a ministry that is all about seeing sons and daughters of God walk in this fullness and adventure that God has for us. Hey guys, I am Arden Bevere. I am one of the co-founders of the ministry Sons and Daughters. So in my opinion, to be a son or daughter of God, I think this is really important. I think it is the opposite of what we've been taught so much. I think a lot of times we hear, hey, for you to be a Christian, what you got to do is you got to go to church, and then every now and then, hopefully you can bring someone to church, invite them to church, and your pastor's going to preach the perfect message, and then that person's going to get saved. And the Bible actually says it's the complete opposite. It says the fivefold ministry, the apostles, evangelists, pastors, teachers, are all there for the equipping of you, the son or daughter of God, to do the work of the ministry. Each and every one of us have the power to change the direction of our life. And that begins with us understanding that God has an original call upon your life. And what we need to do is love it. Jesus in the wilderness, what he does is when the enemy comes to him after the 40 days, the enemy comes to him. And what does he try to do? He tempts him. But before he tempts him, he gets him to try to question who he is. He says, if you are truly the Son of God. Now, the devil knew that Jesus was the Son of God. He knew full well. But what the devil was trying to do was trying to get him to feel insecurity and act out of that place. Us as a generation, we can't act out of those labels that have been placed on our life. We must act out of the call that God has placed over us. So my wish for this younger generation is that we would be a generation that is known as sons and daughters of God. Now that sounds nice, but understanding what that actually means. And there has been labels that have been placed on our generation from our peers, teachers, parents that have tried to hold us down and tried to get us away, looking away from God's original call upon our life. And I went onto Facebook, the most accurate source of all things, and I asked the question, I said, if you could describe the young adult generation in one word, what would it be? And I remember I got a ton of responses, but a ton of responses that were all negative. People saying that our generation was broken, entitled, lacking, that they were discouraged, that they had no hope or no future. And I remember as those things were coming in, God began to give me scripture that was contrary to what that is. God's wanting to see our generation impact this world greater than any other generation before us, because never before have we been able to have access to people all around the world through our social media, through online. And it's time for our generation to redefine how we use those things. So there's that difference between being noticed and making a difference. We have a generation right now that honestly, as I look at it, there's a lot of people that want to be noticed. We want to look and show people, hey, these are all the amazing things that we're doing, but we do not want to make an impact for other people. And that's what the gospel message was. It was for you to get inside of you so that you can go out into the world and impact other people. And I want to see our generation be a generation that does that, that truly makes a change on this world, because I believe as we see more people walking in what it means to be a son or daughter of God, we would see revival happen in our world.